By now, you are all too familiar with your newsfeed being inundated with latest updates regarding the ongoing coronavirus pandemic, and no question it has shaped the current condition of the world during the last half of 2020. As the global aviation industry attempts to mount its comeback following the recent downturn in travel demand, one country in particular has been presented with a new challenge: the Philippines, which has seen a new spike in cases, prompting the government to reimpose more strict quarantine measures for the capital city of Manila and the surrounding areas. While there is a lot of political and medical discussions going on regarding the ramifications of this new policy, this video will focus on the impact of that policy on aviation in the Philippines. Following pleas by medical personnel, Metro Manila and the surrounding areas was placed under modified and enhanced community quarantine, a much stricter form of quarantine compared to the previous level. This level of quarantine will be effective August 4 to August 18, and among the provisions of this will include the suspension of public transport. For the aviation industry in particular, the three major airlines in the Philippines, Philippine Airlines, AirAsia, and Cebu Pacific, has issued statements regarding changes to their flight schedules, which among them will include the suspension of domestic flights to and from Manila. In Philippine Airlines' statement, it issued out a notice to travelers regarding the change, but also emphasized that its operations outside of Manila, specifically between other cities outside of Manila including Clark, Cebu, and Davao, will remain operational, along with their current network of international flights. The situation is also similar for Cebu Pacific, which, along with some international flights, they recently resumed to select cities including Dubai and Seoul. Along with Dubai and Seoul, Cebu Pacific also plans to resume flights as scheduled to Tokyo, Narita, Osaka, and Singapore. For its domestic operation, Cebu Pacific will continue to operate its Clark, Cebu, and Cebu Davao flights. Finally, Philippines AirAsia issued out their own statement regarding its own operational changes. Like Cebu Pacific, AirAsia will operate its domestic network limited to the Cebu Davao and Clark Davao routes, as it plans for the bulk of flights departing from Manila to domestic destinations starting on August 19. For its international routes out of Manila, Philippines AirAsia plans to operate the Manila to Bangkok Don Mueang flights, along with the planned resumption for flights to Kuala Lumpur starting on August 12. When these domestic flights gradually resume back, following this MECQ period, it is expected that they will see some changes, including a new provision to wear face shields throughout the flight. This new directive issued by the Philippine Department of Transportation will take into effect on August 15. The quarantine and lockdown measures in Metro Manila will undoubtedly be an additional challenge to the Philippine major carriers, which have already seen losses as a result to the ongoing coronavirus pandemic. These losses are adding up to a combined and estimated losses of around 22 billion pesos according to the Air Carriers Association of the Philippines during the second quarter of 2020. At the same time those losses, the airlines have also experienced a loss of around 94% of their combined capacity, and this round of latest setbacks will only add more to the pressure for airlines in a bid to bring back Filipino travelers to the sky. The ongoing situation will also continue to challenge the airlines in making tough decisions, including layoffs, which Cebu Pacific and AirAsia have already done. With this in mind, I won't be surprised if more layoffs and sending more aircraft to storage will happen in the near future. What are your thoughts of the renewed lockdown in the Metro Manila area and its effects on the Philippine aviation industry? I definitely would love to hear your take. In the meantime, this has been Flights in Asia, and thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Once again, thank you for watching and have a great day.